everybody. It is Buffer State Sports. I'm Rick Hidalgo. Today is the 22nd day of January in the year of our Lord 2022. And today, as promised, I'm going to bring you a profile on KIRBY WILSON. Now, I have to say, I went into this thinking, I don't know KIRBY WILSON. He must not really be much. Maybe he's from Canada, or maybe he was just a guy who never made it to head coach, and because of that, I wasn't expecting much. But when I got into KIRBY WILSON's profile, I have to tell you, this is an intriguing character. The fact that he's the Pittsburgh Maulers head coach in the USFL is really, really, really intriguing. Now, I'm going to tell you right up front that because of my own tribalism, because I'm a Dolphins guy, I'm a Hurricanes guy, I'm a Miami guy, it's really hard for me to pull for anything in Pittsburgh. I'm not a Pittsburgh guy. There's really no Pittsburgh team that I've ever liked in any capacity. I loathe the Steelers, always have. And that's really not from any bad experience in the NFL. I mean, yes, I was a Cowboys guy, and the Cowboys and Steelers had a thing in the 70s. I was a Dolphins guy. I'm a Dolphins guy, and the Dolphins and Steelers have had some headbutts along the way. But it's not really because of, an antithesis, right? That's why I'm not a Buffalo guy. That's why I'm not a New England guy, and especially not a New York Jets guy. That's like the curse word for a Dolphins fan is the Jets. But I've never really liked Pittsburgh, so I didn't really think I would take a liking to KIRBY WILSON in any way. But let me tell you, this guy is a solid character. When I started looking into him, first thing I noted is he's 60 years old, okay? And he's had a long, long coaching career. Very interesting coaching career, too. I mean, this guy started, as far as notable coaching, he was a defensive coordinator at the University of Wyoming between 93 and 94. That's kind of a weird thing because I've been a Wyoming Cowboys follower for a long time. My brother and I did an experiment, kind of an anti-tribalism experiment. I've always been into this concept of tribalism. You'll hear me say that a lot on this program. And he picked a team and I picked a team in the NCAA that we would root for no matter what. He picked the Northwestern Wildcats. I picked the Wyoming Cowboys. So I've been a Wyoming Cowboy follower for a long time, since 1986, which was the year that they played in the Holiday Bowl against Oklahoma State, the Barry Sanders Oklahoma State. So I remember this Wyoming team. Don't remember him as defensive coordinator, but it's obvious that he's not really a defensive-minded guy, but he's got the energy to be a defensive coordinator. He then went from Wyoming in 93-94 to Iowa State in the Cyclones as a running back coach. And this is really where he found his niche, because in 95 to 96, he was a Iowa State Cyclone running back coach. Now, funny, the prowess that he exhibited as a running back coach kind of took off, and an NFL team hired him the very next year in 97. So the New England Patriots hired him on as a running backs coach in 97. He then went to the Redskins, Buccaneers, Steelers, Vikings, Browns, Cardinals, and retired as a Las Vegas Raider running back coach here very recently. So, really, really curious. So I did a little deeper digging because I didn't want to stop there. There was something about this guy that made him special for Pittsburgh. Sure enough, I found it. Kirby Wilson. I want you to go to NFL Films and type in on YouTube NFL Films colon the Kirby Wilson comeback. It's part 2 documentary. 2-part, excuse me. 2-part documentary. Fascinating story. I have a feeling Pittsburgh is really going to support this guy once they come out of Birmingham. The second season, I think the plan is to start playing some games at home for these teams. Hoping that they make it that far, because I think the Pittsburgh community is going to love Kirby Wilson. Why do I say that? Kirby Wilson is already loved by the Pittsburgh community. They followed his story. Kirby Wilson had a horrific tragedy happen in Pittsburgh when he was there under Mike Tomlin. There was actually a fire at his house, and it melted a lot of his torso, some of his face. I mean, it was horrific. Okay? You can hear the story on NFL Films, the Kirby Wilson comeback. Go and watch it for yourself. I think you'll be impressed, not just with the man and his character, but his willingness to just stay in there and not give up. Here's a guy who I think is going to be a player coach. I think he's the kind of guy that is going to make players better. They're going to want to fight for Kirby Wilson. Time and time again throughout his career, he's had a lot of good experience at getting people to fight for him. And I think he's going to make an amazing players coach for the Pittsburgh Maulers. So I'm hoping that this is going to translate to style, and that he's going to hire, as the GM of the Pittsburgh Maulers, that he's going to hire some guys around him that are high intensity guys. Usually birds of a feather flock together. And these high intensity guys are going to develop a style of play that's very smash mouth and energetic on defense. So that's what I expect. I expect Pittsburgh football to be Pittsburgh football. This is going to be between the tackles. It's going to be hit it hard. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I think that's the kind of football we're going to see in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure what they're going to put together, but based on the experience that he's had, I'm going to say that I probably am going to be right on that. We'll see. Now, does that sway my opinion as to whether I'm going to be a Pittsburgh Maulers fan or not? I'm not a Mauler fan. I'm not going to be a Mauler fan, most likely, because I just don't get into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is irritating to me. Their fans are irritating to me. They always have been. I love the Kirby Wilson story, but at the end of the day, when I pick up a beanie hat and put it on my head because it's cold up here in South Dakota, I don't know if it's going to be a Pittsburgh Maulers hat or Maulers. Excuse me. I keep saying Maulers. So let's see. Let's see if the Maulers pick me up or not. But it's probably not going to happen because I don't know if I can get over the Pittsburgh thing. Not a big Pittsburgh guy. So wanted to bring that to you guys. I promised you that I would. I want to keep it short too because I really want to keep these Buffer State Sports segments short so that you guys can like and subscribe and you can really immerse yourself in the kind of things we talk about, because we are going to talk a lot about tribalism on this program. You're going to hear me talk a lot about it because I really believe that's kind of the control aspect of sports. If you where you're from, what you experienced as a child, what you've experienced in your lifetime, kind of leads you towards one team or another, one path or another. And I think that's I think that's true. I really do. I think that's true. I don't think that you can really argue that much. Observation would dictate that that's how it works. So with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're enjoying this content. If you are, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love for you guys to like and subscribe, and let's see if we can get 10 subscribers in a week. I'm not super ambitious about this. I don't know where it's going to go. All I know is that I really love talking about football. I like exploring. I'm a researcher. I have other channels that don't deal with football at all, but it is just my research that gets me really into things. So with that said, I just want to say, from Captain Rick of the good ship Buffer State, God bless you, and see you next time.